Hello, we are Team 6, and our team members are 김병준, 하준혁, 김찬주, 최지성, 박수진, and 김혜빈. And we are studying about Seoul Metropolitan Government. In last week's presentation, we explained that the nonlinear curtain wall was designed to express traditionality, dynamic, and transparency, and also to realize this nonlinear structure, truss structure and glass members were used. To install 103 meters long and 35 meters long facade, the truss was installed using a tower crane, and that's the end of the curtain wall frame process. This week, we will talk about the construction process of curtain wall glass. Since the members of curtain wall such as glass and frame are made in the factory, the collaboration of factory and the site is the one of the most important factor for successful construction process. In addition, the surface that forms the curtain wall has a characteristic of nonlinear shape, so how to make this nonlinear shape is important. Thus, we studied the issue of glass and its frame that forms a nonlinear surface, and the issues from prefabrication process in factory. First of all, if the curved surface is implemented by bending the glass, the cost and production period will increase too much, so it should be splitted into polygons that are flat. Because the triangle is the smallest unit of the polygons, the architects tried to express the shape by dividing the curved surface into triangles. So, how did they divide the curved surface into triangles? To form the nonlinear surface, several methods were used in the design phase. First, they used the Delaunay triangulation method to divide triangles at the contact point of the frame. This method prevents the vertex of another triangle from entering the outer circle of one triangle, and this method can form some even shape and size of triangle. Through the triangulation division, these 5 triangular modular systems were derived and finally consisted nonlinear surface of curtain wall. However, this method has problem. When the sides are joined without considering the thickness of members, all the sides gather at one point. But considering the thickness of members, they cannot gather at one point. Therefore, this problem must be solved with glazing steel frames and anchors. So, the steel frame used is a T-bar which is connected to the disc anchor through a clip. The clip is a pin member which is free of restriction on two-way movement. It allows some movement of members. So, this complements the disconnection of the vertexes. And this time, let's take a look at the process of assembling the glass. First, a nonlinear 3-dimensional curtain wall frame should be installed for glazing. The installation sequence is first, align the T-bar to the shape, and connects it to the anchor with a clip, and finally bolts it with the previously installed steel frame, like this. As shown in the picture, the clip can rotate in one direction depending on the plane. So, the alignment of the curved surface can be maintained through the frame adjustments. After the end of this process, factory-produced glass panels are transported to the site and inserted into the frame. In this process, the sky and winch are used to lift the glass to the desired location. And each crew member guides the position while pulling the glass with a press. Then they connect it with clip. And they used four-side SSG method for glazing. SSG system refers to a flat glass curtainware technique that uses silicone sealing agent to finish the outer wall with reflective glass so that metal frame is not exposed to the outside. All four sides of the flat glass are glued to the support members, so the entire outer wall is composed of a plane without frame. It secures the transparency and reducing flow factors by reducing lengths of adhesion. However, we went to Seoul City Hall last week. We found some strange points. Despite using proper methods, construction errors are inevitably occurred. The joint did not fix exactly. Therefore, we could know the sealant was added to reduce the gap within acceptable limits. However, the errors beyond the acceptable range were forced to reorder the glass and reproduce the corresponding glass. In this way, the members of the curtain wall cannot be made at the site. So they need a factory with suitable equipment. So it is necessary to manufacture at a factory and transport it to the site. Therefore, mutual cooperation between the site and factory is a very important process. The criteria for selecting a factory are results of considering the production capacity and economic feasibility of the plant. Importantly, for the overall construction period, the work speed of the site and the production speed of the factory had to match. At the site, work was carried out on a 2-day cycle per row. Then, the factory had to adjust this speed. But this factory is far from the construction site. The construction site and factory is about 58 kilometers long. For preventing problems of this long distance, they strengthened the communication between factory and site, and then they check productivity of factory every day. Despite these efforts, problems arose. In order to protect the glass members, trucks were allowed to run at speeds of less than 70 kilometers per hour. And due to traffic jam in downtown Seoul, delays in transport time occurred frequently. Also, if defects in glass are found at the site or damage occurs during construction, there was a series of delay in construction period as it had to be reordered by the factory and manufactured by the factory and then transported again. The production and installation period of work schedule is about 10 months, and they plan to finish the exterior work before September 2011. But actual production and installation period was more than 13 months, so finally the construction period was delayed until June 2012. Next week, we will learn about the construction of ETFE, a multi-purpose hall which was built separately from the overall structure of Seoul City Hall building. The role allocation: 하준혁 Research, 최지성 Research, 김병준 Research and Modeling, 김혜빈 Research, PPT and Presentation, 박수진 Research and PPT, 김천주 Research. Thank you for listening.